Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today we're moving into our second movie within Arrow Video's Cold War Creatures box set, The Werewolf, a 1956 sci-fi horror film from director Fred F. Sears and producer Sam Katzman. It stars Don McGowan as our lead, Sheriff Jack Haynes, and Steve Rich as our title creature and talk of the town, the werewolf. Just like Creature of the Atom Brain, this film is a sort of sci-fi twist on a classic horror story. It takes place in a small rural town of Mountain Crest, where a man played by Stephen Rich shows up one day, with no recollection of who he is or why he's there. No one else in town seems to recognize him, so he figures he's lost for good. When he leaves a bar at night and is mugged in the alleyway, the thief is quickly torn to shreds by a monstrous beast. Of course, our man wakes up the next day with no memories and half of his clothes missing, and when one encounter turns to many, it's time for the police to get involved, as we shift to our lead officer, played by Don McGowan. The sheriff begins piecing things together, but always seems to find holes here or there that only work to confuse the township. He must work to keep the peace among the townsfolk, while simultaneously protecting them from this unknown horror. Now I know the story from here is pretty obvious, maybe not so much at the time of the original release, but yeah, it is your standard werewolf flick up until this point. But half the fun here is just watching the mayhem ensue as one man fights for survival, and the others try to figure out just what the hell is going on. What makes this film stand out from other lycanthrope movies is the third party of characters involved that bring this story a unique flavor. It turns out, there are some doctors who live in the next town over that may have something to do with all of this. They talk of the impending nuclear fallout and discuss what sorts of measures might be taken to survive such a situation. This is 100% where the Cold War era sci-fi bursts in. The two doctors find themselves in Mountain Crest as they spy on our Wolfman, looking for any opportunity to end the whole ordeal. Overall, I enjoyed this film, but I will say that the movie does drag a tad bit at its 80-minute runtime. I feel that for such a simple story, it could have been trimmed down by maybe 10 minutes, even if to just feel better alongside another film for a double feature. Either way, it's a great second installation in Arrow Video's Cold War Creatures box set. It even comes with some video supplements to check out, so let's hop on over to the contents on the disc. Presented here in 1080p, The Werewolf is brought to us with two audio options: the original uncompressed mono audio, and a brand new commentary track for the film with critic Lee Gambin. Gambin's commentary is very analytical. He clearly has an incredible grasp on storytelling and writing in film, bringing out many great insights and bits of information to give this 50s film a bit more depth. Not much of an entertainer, but if you enjoy the more academic side of film, then Gambin's is a great track to have in your library. Feature presentation aside, Arrow Video packs this disc with more goodness to dig through. We have our usual fare of supplements, including a theatrical trailer, an image gallery hosting 14 photographs, and a Super 8 version of the film as well. The Super 8 cut runs at just over 7 minutes, making it an extremely condensed version of this originally 80-minute movie, a normal occurrence for this dated format. From here on out, we have two great video bonuses to watch. Both are highly recommended to check out after having seen The Werewolf, as they're great additions to the main title itself. First up is an introduction to the film with Kim Newman returning once more to continue our tie-in with the Cold War Creatures box set. Newman's intro runs at about 14 minutes, but similar to his last intro, we get to hear a lot of fun information concerning the director. This time around, Fred F. Sears. We learn a little about Sears' work with producer Katzman and how he landed the job for directing our film, The Werewolf. Newman also dives a bit into the film itself and how it stood apart from the crowd. Finally, we move forward as Arrow Video completes our disc with the last supplement titled Beyond Window Dressing. This is a brand new 24-minute visual essay from historian and critic Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. In today's ever-evolving social climate, Heller's video is as relevant as ever. She focuses on women in Hollywood during this golden era of B-movie horror and the culture behind female appearances in such films. Here, we get a particular focus on the actresses in the Cold War Creatures box set as a whole, and how their performances and characters stand out even if subtly so. An interesting and powerful analysis of our feature presentations, though I would recommend watching this after having completed this Katzman box set, as it covers all 4 films in one way or another. Overall, The Werewolf has been a great watch in itself, and a fantastic entry into the Cold War Creatures box set. It stands out to me personally as one of the more enjoyable werewolf films, and I'm glad that it's included. This puts us at the halfway point in our release, and I can't wait to keep moving through. Thanks so much for joining me here on Pajama Theater, and subscribe for more. In the next video, we'll be checking out our third film in the set, Zombies of Moratau. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.